morning, everyone. Let's see who shows up. This isn't going to be a real long live feed. It was only doing, and I've been doing a lot of live feeds. I know you guys are going to be like, why so many live feeds? Beardo the Weirdo. Good morning. I'm your host this morning, Knife Hands McGee. I like the fact I can do some of these things. So the reason you guys are seeing so many live feeds and things like that is I want to get using the software down. Knife Hands McGee. He's Edward Scissorhands' cousin, I guess. Knife hands. It's a thing that you do in the military. Like you knife hand someone. It's a military thing. Morning, Mark. Mark, I should say. So I was late last night. I was editing some videos that you guys are going to see next week. Oh, hey. Kiff Hands McGee. Let me fix that. I don't type great. There you go. I'm your host, Knife Hands McGee. Can you imagine how embarrassing it'd be if that was actually your name and you misspelled it? So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get the feel for the new software. I'm trying to figure out where's the best place to do it. I think if you guys watched last night's thing with David Horseman, Hiking with a Viking, about the Bastards Road program that we did. It's a veterans mental health project. If you saw that, I was trying to do some more things. I'm going to try and do it like that. No, my stomach feels better. I actually ate this morning. I did have to take Puppers that you saw on the thumbnail. I had to take her to the vet this morning. She had to get a shot, and now she doesn't feel real great. Hang on a second. I'm going to close this door. I don't want my daughter to have to be quiet. No more bubble guts. Yep, bubble guts McGee. Eh? Yeah. We're gonna have fun with the names and stuff. So yeah, yesterday was kind of a test run to see how it works. If you bring people in, I had David, and then towards the end, my friend Justin from Ember Shirt Co. came on, and we talked a little bit. And the end of it was just told stories. But I wanted to talk about the Bastard Road program because it's a really big. It's kind of a cool thing, and David is one of the co-founders. And I mean, the whole thing is there's not a lot to talk about. It's pretty straightforward. It's just you guys go out and they go on these long hikes, and they provide the gear to be used by these veterans, and it allows the veterans to have a way to maybe deal and cope with some of the issues that they have. Like I said in the video last night, I have PTSD. I don't seem to, the combat stuff didn't seem to bother me as bad as the stuff that happened when I had to do humanitarian support for the tsunami that hit Thailand. Not after the earthquake, but the tsunami when it had the volcanic eruption and there's that big tsunami hit Thailand that time. So that's where most of mine came from. The combat stuff didn't seem to affect me as badly as being thrown into a situation that I, in my brain, didn't think it was going to be real bad. And then getting there was so much more horrible than I could have ever imagined. And I think that's the trauma of that. But at any rate, they're doing stuff for veterans and things like that. So it's great. It's not that she doesn't like needles. So the dog has serious allergies. Like we fight with her allergies all the time. She gets skin problems. She's always licking and she's always scratched. She'll lick her feet raw. And they had her on some medicine that we gave her daily, and it just didn't quite seem to work as well as I had hoped. And now they have this injection that she can have. It's called the Cytopoint or Cryopoint. Cytopoint injection. At any rate, they give her a shot, and for like 6 weeks, it turns off the itch response. So she has her allergies. She just doesn't itch, and she seems so much happier. But the fact is, when she gets the shot, it goes into the muscle, and so it does hurt, and then it just makes her not feel good. So like she was happy and she loves the vet, and even when I gave her the shot, she was fine with it. She's like, "Oh, that hurt, but I get to play with the veterinarian." She loves the veterinarian technicians. But I was gonna wait till we had some more people on here, but I should do we'll do that, and then we'll get into the stream, the update stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'll talk about that. So there's 5 people here. The plan is I am going to try and do like the podcast style live feeds 3 days a week. Now, I can't guarantee I'm always going to have somebody as a guest on. It might just be by myself. I may try to do one tonight. And so I might try to do one tonight. I don't know. I haven't decided. It might just be us hanging out, and we'll call it Beers and Blades. But I'm going to do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 my time. And the reason I picked that is because if I do it on Thursday, like I did last night, I had forgot about Thursday Night Knives. And I had already set it up with David, and I told Bobby D, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm running at the same time. There's not a lot of other channels in Knife World I really care about what their schedule is, but there are a couple. I don't want to step on Jared's or Bobby D's live feeds, because the fact is Jared and I share an audience. We have a lot of people, and I don't want to have people to have to pick. If I do it, even though Jared does his on Wednesdays, if I do it at 7:30 my time, he's usually ending at 9:30 his time, which is about 7:30 my time. So I'm just kicking off when he's finishing. And then Bobby D runs his just at the same time I ran mine last night. So I had forgot about that until I had already scheduled it. So we're going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, time permitting and all the other things. We'll do it. I'll do it from my couch back here like we did last night. And so it's just one of those things. We can do that. We can have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we'll just try and get people on. I've reached out to a few people. There's a few people who said, everybody's busy busy. It's so clean. Justin's a nut. So Justin was actually part of Presidential Guard. Justin and I talked about it. Like, Justin never really deployed or did any of the stuff like David and I did. And David did stuff in the Marines. I did stuff in the Navy joint. I did do combat deployments, and I was attached to Spec War and stuff like that. I have a lot of crazy stories. Problem is, a lot of times I tell these stories and they get our channel demonetized. Remember the monkeys in the hotel? Got that video demonetized. So, I've been all over. David did isolated stuff. Justin was pretty isolated as Presidential Guard. I was all over the world, and I hung out with people all over the place. And there's a lot of stories that I can tell. Even stuff doing stuff when I was growing up. But yeah, Justin, that it was. And he's right. If you see someone, if you're up at Pendleton and those Marines are marching around, and you see someone that is at all out of uniform, you will just it's like sharks in the water. It's like a shark attack on that recruit. You see drill instructors, like, they're waving over there, get over here, we got to, and they just converge on these guys. So yeah, Justin. Oh, so clean. What is that? Well, just picturing it. I have a buddy I worked with, Ronnie Barrett. What's up, monster? I have a buddy named Ronnie Barrett, and that's all I could think of. Like, I was like, he sounds like he's talking about Ronnie Barrett. My buddy Ronnie Barrett was a drill instructor. This dude is so loud. Ronnie Barrett is so loud that he can be outside, and you're like, you'll stick your head out. No, I didn't. That video was fully demonetized. The video was listed as limited ads until I changed the screenshot. I used the thing from the movie. Winston Cobretti, TGIF. Well, for you guys, I have a lot of editing to do. I have shot a lot of video. My phone is really full of stuff that you guys are going to see. I don't know how soon I'm going to get it. There's stuff that the members have up that's going to see, and there's some of those videos I may re-edit. I watched them after I loaded them. So if you guys see a video come down today and go back up, I stayed up I was playing with audio on a video, and I tried for a while to get it working last night. I think after we ended the podcast, I forget what time it was when we ended the podcast. I was probably on my computer editing till like midnight, and I had to be up at 7 to take the dog up to the Marine Corps base, up to Miramar, because that's where the Army Vet Clinic is on the Marine Corps Air Station, if you can believe that. So I don't know if you guys know this, the Navy and the Marines and the Air Force, they don't have veterinarians. The only branch of service that has veterinarians are the Army. It is the Army. And so if you go someplace that has, if you go to a military installation that has a veterinarian, it's an Army vet. So the Army Vet Clinic is actually on Miramar, Marine Corps Air Station Miramar up there. And so that's a haul. So I got up this morning, me and the dog left at 7. I stopped at McDonald's, got a cup of coffee, and with traffic in the morning to get from my house to the Marine Corps Air Station up there to get in the vet with traffic, we left here at 7 and it was 8:10. And it literally took me 2 minutes. I went down where Tino lives, from Bodie Matt lives, and I got off down there at that McDonald's. And then when I hit that McDonald's, I'm like, you get off, you come in, you get the coffee, and then like you literally turn right and then turn right, and you're back on the freeway. So it literally took me like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. There was no one in the queue for the drive-through, and I just was getting coffee. So the videos have been getting better and better. Intros are awesome too. Great job. Thanks, Mike. Or thanks, Monster. I really appreciate that. I am wanting to up the quality. I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed the whole StreamYard thing that we're doing here. I don't know if you guys seen it. Let me see. I'll pull one in. You guys should still be able to see me. We'll pull up Bastards Road here. This is what we were talking about last night. Let me share it so you guys can see. These are the things I couldn't do. These are the things I couldn't do before. So now you guys can see what I'm wanting to talk about and things in the background. So, you know, I can change the size. I can change how it looks. I can change it so you guys can see the entire thing. I can bring myself all the way in. I can bring myself a little bit out. Not really. I can't do that. But there you go. So you can kind of see. It allows me to do some stuff. I'm going to play with it and see. You know, maybe in one of these live feeds, we'll see. I might try to pull up like a, what do I want to say? Like a video from another YouTube channel. We can talk about it, look at it, things like that. I mean, it allows me some latitude. And to tell you the truth, it really wasn't that expensive. And you guys paid for it. You really did. Chicago 23. What's up, Knife Nerds? Welcome. Welcome, Chicago 23. That really ups the entertainment. We're not having to look at your wonky mug so much. Yeah, I wouldn't want to look at myself in the mirror all that much. I wouldn't. I said this the other day. Somebody got mad at me, and I was like, I said something about fat shaming and fat. It's like, what, the fat is beautiful. And I'm like, no, it's not. Fat is ugly. And people are like, that's horrible that you'd say that. That's fat shaming. And I was like, motherfucker, you know how I know that fat is ugly? I have to walk by a mirror every time I get out of the shower. And I definitely am not in the shape that I was when I was in my early 30s. So I know for a fact that you can't tell me fat is beautiful, because I'm not even really that fat. And I'm like, man, if I was fatter, I'd have to spray paint these mirrors. It's always funny to me, like, you can't fat shame women. But the thing is that these same women that don't want to be fat shamed are the ones that are saying, I wouldn't date a fat man. That's disgusting. Like, he's got to be like 6'3" and have a six pack and be built. And I'm like, you hypocritical fucking bitch. Yeah. I actually was at a point like that because, like I said, they took me off my regular autoimmune disorder meds and put me on, I was on a clinical trial, and I gained so much weight. And like, I was like, I haven't been this fat. I haven't been this fat and out of shape in years. I'd been over to tie my shoes and I was like, fat. So fat, I can't breathe when I bend over. When you bend over and your gut pushes your lungs are like, no, I can't take it. It's bad. So yeah, I'm trying to see. I don't know if we're gonna do a video tonight. To tell you the truth, I'm tired. Like I said, guys, I'm getting into this. I'm getting into the editing, doing 5 days a week. I think like right now, I basically have to look at this since I can't go to work. I got to treat YouTube like a job. And my wife's like, you're always doing YouTube. And I was like, well, what else am I gonna do right now? I mean, really, if I'm getting paid to do it, I may as well treat it like a job. So if you see that I'm a little tired, and if you see there's not quite the energy in some of the videos, I apologize, but I'm getting into a groove of doing it. It's just like when you go back to work, if you've been off for a while, it's going back to work, because I'm not gonna lie to you, it is work. There's research, there's stuff that goes involved. You have to shoot, you have to reshoot, you have to edit. And so for me to do 3 videos a day, it's a full day. Like it really is. If I finish a live feed with you guys, like if I start a live feed at like 7 in the morning and I go for an hour, I'm sorry, if I start at like 8 when I get back, 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then an hour, and then at 10, I will be shooting and editing videos all the way up until we have the 4 o'clock premiere. And sometimes I don't finish editing until after that. Sometimes I'm editing. There's a lot of times, you guys, I'm editing a video. I have the volume turned down and I'm up here and I'm watching the comments on here because I can do voice dictation as comments on. That's why a lot of the comments come out weird. Like, what did Mike say? Like, that made no sense. Coffee is your friend, Knife Hands McGee. Yeah. Well, I had coffee. I started getting tired. Like I scheduled that live feed last night with David. I had everything set up and I had the tabs already set up for open, so I could just drop them in, and you know, with the websites and everything. And I was like, all right, that's cool. Got everything set up, and I sat down and David just got into the studio and we were talking. I was like, we got like 10 minutes. I was like, all right, I'm gonna kick us both out of the studio back into the green room and then put up the display in the back. And I was like, and then what we'll do is we'll just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I can put a display. Oh no, I can't. You'll see a display in the background, like if I have small things. So Beef Baron, hey monster. Yeah, that's what I said. It's Edward Scissorhands' adopted brother. They were foster children. So anyway, yeah, and then I sat down and there was coffee in the coffee pot. It was cold, and I was like, I can just warm it up. But I sit down. And I was like, got everything set up. And we had like you said, about 10 minutes before I sat down, and I pulled me and David out and I sat down. I'm like, I'm going to go to sleep. Like, I'm going to miss starting this live feed. I was like, I literally sat down. And the second I sat down, I was like, oh crap, I'm going to go to sleep. And so I was like, I got to get some coffee. So I had a cup of coffee at like 7. I warmed it up and drank it real quick. I didn't even warm it up too much, just so I could slam it. And I was like, hey, some coffee in me for this live feed, because I knew having David there, it was going to run for a while, because David's a lot of fun. Oh, get out of here. So many flies. There was something in my trash can that was really, really bad. I thought it was my neighbor's. There's something in my trash can that was really, really bad. And I was blaming all the flies on my neighbor's trash can that was out on the street. No, it was mine. That smell I was complaining about, that was my trash can. I don't know what we threw in, but I hosed that trash can out, and then I sprayed it with the enzymatic cleaner that you use for like dog pee and stuff like that, because it actually does really good for getting smells out of your trash can and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, that was bad. And then I left the hose on and the hose busted, and I was in here and I was messing around on the internet. I was filming videos and I was like, what is that sound? Why is my daughter in the shower? Why does it sound like water? The hose busted and was spraying a stream of water up. The hose split. And I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. And everything, the whole yard was flooded. I'm like, oh, that's expensive. That was a waste of water. And if you guys know anything about California water bills, it's expensive. So I'm looking forward to that. I didn't buy it. It was in the house when we moved in, because the other family that had rented here had cats. And it's they had a cat, a house cat. It's the, as seen on TV, urine gone. It has a flashlight. It has a light with it. I'm that neighbor. Yeah. That neighbor. Yeah, that sucked. I'm like, oh, damn. I don't know what it was. It was, yeah, the hose split, water spraying up in the air. I flooded out the rose bed. You guys I haven't taken you guys out, and I can't do it because we're on a laptop, but I have an entire side yard. You guys saw the backyard. I don't know if I took you guys around the side yard, but we have rose bushes and all kinds of stuff. And the rose bed where the one rose bush is, it was completely flooded up to the sidewalk. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking drown that plant. So I got the bucket, I'm scooping the water out and throwing it out in the yard. So landscaper comes on Tuesday, and I imagine that he's going to have a lot of cutting to do because they got watered well. I watched The Burbs 2 days ago. As a matter of fact, I think it's still in. No, Ghostbusters are in that one. Out in the rain. It's like I've never seen that. I've never seen someone drive their trash to the curb and then beat the hell out of it with a stick. I've never seen that. It's one of my favorite scenes. It's one of my favorite scenes, and it's starting to rain. The other one is when Ray gets up and he walks away. He's like, "Where are you going?" He's, "I'm putting on my vacation cloths." And I was like, "That's something my father would say." It's the movie saying because the guy that played the character Ray reminds me so much of my father. Just the dry humor and just the entire thing just reminds me of my father, and I love watching it. My sister and I say it all the time. And the other one is Willie Nelson and Gary Busey, Barbarossa. There's a few scenes in there where you're like, "Oh, that's my father." Willie Nelson plays this grumpy old cowboy bandit, and Gary Busey's this buffoon that basically stumbles into it, winds up being his partner. And by the end of the movie, it's great. Barbarossa is a really good movie too. Yeah, it was The Burbs. But Barbarossa, like, there's a scene where they're climbing up a mountain because they had just escaped from some other bandits, and like the entire climb up the mountain, like the way that Willie Nelson is interacting with Gary Busey, I'm like, that's my father. You guys should watch it if you get a chance. Go watch It's actually a really good movie. I have to say that any of the Willie Nelson movies, Redheaded Stranger, some of the old ones, I had the Redheaded Stranger. There were like 3. You had the Redheaded Stranger, Barbarossa. There was a couple. There was like 2 or 3. And he did those old cowboy movies really well. Redheaded Stranger is a really, really good movie. If you can find it, it's almost impossible to find it. And Barbarossa is on Amazon. I own it on Amazon. I have it on DVD, but the problem is my DVD got scratched and now it skips. So I just bought it on Amazon. It's such a great movie. It really, really is. You guys want to give yourself a treat? Go watch Barbarossa with Willie Nelson. It's a treat. It's a good time. We were discussing a very classic movie the other day. You mean Silver Bullet? Are you talking about the one with Gary Busey? The werewolf one with Gary Busey? Monster Racing? Silver Bullet, yeah. Silver Bullet. Like, they talk about werewolves. Go watch that with Gary Busey. And you're going to be like, Gary Busey looks like he got bit by a horse under a full moon. Yeah, those big teeth, like the barn door teeth of his. I'm like, my God, he looks like a horse. He's a werehorse. It's So yeah, like I said, guys, since there's 14 people here, I'm gonna keep reiterating it. I am gonna still do daily uploads 5 days a week, as long as I can continue to get filmed and edited. I guarantee there's gonna be times where it doesn't happen and I can't keep up. I'm gonna try and do some morning live feeds. I think the morning live feeds, I don't think they're gonna be as good as doing them in the evenings. So a werehorse, yeah. I'm thinking what my plan is: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're gonna watch. We're gonna have like we did last night. So we're going to have like a guest on, we'll BS, we'll do beers and blades. I really don't, like, I joke about it. I don't drink as much. The last time I drank much have been on Friday Night Live feeds. I don't drink as much. I just don't feel good when I drink. So, but we will do beer and blades. We'll have a beer. I'll have a couple beers. We'll talk about knives and stuff. And we'll have guests. If we don't have a guest, it'll just be us and we just hang out. Or I just might ask some random friend if they go, hey, you want to jump in and just like, we might have Nico in, see if Tino wants to do a beers and blades. My neck hurts. I didn't sleep well last night. I love seeing what pop up. Interview Shopcat. I don't know where he went. He was in a little bit ago and then left. If you guys first came and you saw the light go on and then it went off, I think he left. He was in here and I think that's when he left, was when the light went off. Or came on. I don't know. I'm trying to get Elliot. I was asking Elliot if he wanted to do it tonight, but he has prior engagements. You know, Elliot's got family. He's got kids. You know, he runs a successful business. I run a business. He runs a successful one. See how that works? Mine. That's probably why I run a business and Elliot runs a successful business. Black coffee is good this morning. I used I used the coffee that I usually use for making espresso because I just was like, I want to see. So I used the Cafe Bustelo to make that pot of coffee. My goodness. Hey, Ken, your knives are here. Your knives actually arrived. Are they over here? Yes, Kenneth Harris. Your package has arrived at my domicile. I picked it up this morning. It showed up yesterday, and I just didn't make it out there to get it. So, Ken, Ken, you're my newest member, correct? I think I mentioned it last night. It said new member. So I do believe. I haven't opened it yet. I don't know what's in it, but the thing is, I don't hit the. Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll open it. We'll open it. Ken sent me some stuff, so we'll take a quick look at it. I like this knife. So, I have stuff. I have stuff I have stuff that's supposed to be coming that says it hasn't shipped yet, but I keep getting notifications that it's on its way, and I'm going to get it soon. Wow, Ken, what else did you send me? It's just 4, right? 2. I can't remember what all it was. 3. Oh, look, a note. Somebody followed instructions and provided a note with a return address because there's times I lose the boxes. It's just 4, right? It's 4 knives. Let's see what's in here. Oh, wow. What be this? Oh, I haven't seen one of these in a while. I can't even remember who makes these, but I have seen these. That's nice. I like that pocket. That lightning pocket clip is sexy. You guys probably can't see it real well. Lightning. That's cool. I can't remember who makes these. Man, these things are always ground nice and thin. This is going to be a cake to sharpen. I'm usually not a fan of that style G10, but it's attractive. It really is. Who makes these ones? I can't ever remember what these ones are. I'm horrible at that. Like I know knives when I see them, and I'm like, oh, I know that knife. I something obscene. That's okay. Yeah. That. Oh, well, hello, you little guy. That's a nice little. That is so light. That is really light. So we're taking all these to 12,000, right? 3. Oh, we're taking 3 of them. So this one taking to 12,000. Now I'm going to tell you, it's not going to look like that mirror, but my mirror polish is not like that. But my mirror polish is much toothier, so it's going to be a little bit. What's NYCECEUC? What's up? One of my 2 New York buddies. I haven't. God, are you coming to Blade West? I can't ever remember if this is Nick or Eric. It's one of the 2. Can't ever remember. I just know that. Sorry, I'm assessing. This one. That one, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look at why I'm so sleepy, guys. So there may be a nap in my future on the couch. Chris, not Eric, not Nick, Chris and Eric. Oh, TRM. I may have to reprofile that last one. I can't remember what. I know it. Guys, I'm so tired. I know, like I know I've seen them before. I just can't think what one this is. I can't remember. I think I may have to do a little bit of reprofiling on this one. Just feeling the edge. I'll let you know if I have to reprofile. Not 100% sure. It just feels like the edge is way thicker at the very front. I may have to. Berg blade, yeah, that's what it was. Berg. I mean, they're listed here. I could have looked. Standard edge on the Civivi. Okay, I can do a stance. I'll do a 1,000 grit on the Civivi, and we'll see where that's at if you like it or not. I like the Atom. It's a nice. Is this one the Atom? I like the TRM knives. They're nice and smooth. I'm not a fan of that pocket. I hate the pocket clip. It's a good knife. The action on it's really nice. TRM knives are really, really good. This one is it's nice and thin. 20 CV. Got a little chip in it. It's a itty bitty little one. That's what I thought. It's the Atom. I just like, okay, so guys, everybody's like, why are you complaining so much about pocket? When I can feel that pocket clip move, when I load up on the deployment, I find it bothers me. It feels uncomfortable. I imagine that if I had a knife that did it all the time, I'd get used to it. But that's why I like having the pocket clip pocketed and having at least 2 screws side by side. That way it doesn't shift. If you pocket the screw, I mean, I don't like surface mounted pocket clips. That's my big thing. I don't like surface mounted pocket clips. I've sheared off too many heads on screws by messing with. What's up, Spitfire? Hey, bro, we got to figure out when you can come down and pick up your knife because I don't want to try and mail it. I was going to ask you, Josiah, do you want me to sharpen that? Do you want me to sharpen that Archangel, or do you want to just leave it because I know you were refinishing it? I mean, well, I don't know if I would want a Bally that I had sharpened. Now that I think about that, that might not be a real wise decision. How's the lockup on what? The TRM? The lockup on TRMs are always, like, I've never seen an issue with them. Unless you are one of those guys that just fidgets and fidgets and fidgets and fidgets and fidgets, then you'll eventually develop some lock play. Oh, yeah. So if you guys saw the thumbnail, puppy doesn't feel good. That shot just makes her feel like crap. But the thing is, that dog would lick her feet raw. She has so many skin problems and allergies. She would sit and lick her feet raw. And there really wasn't anything there to lick and anything. But so what am I EDCing today? Well, I have to do this. I got to get through this. I've been using this. Yeah, I already did the review. You didn't see it? That was my rare. I'll send you a link to it. No, just go find it. It's the ultra rare cold steel knife. That's the video I did. Yeah, I already reviewed it. Did you see? Okay, so always armed or never unarmed was Lynn Thompson has a new count. It looks to me like they re-released that knife under a different name under Lynn Thompson's new brand. And I was absolutely right about that. Somebody was telling us, like, no, Lynn Thompson has a new company. He's gonna be making knives. No, Lynn Thompson sold I guarantee you, so GSM sat down with him and they took a Lynn Thompson special projects catalog and they went through the first half of it and they saw those knives, like, we'll do these. And then they just tore out the back part. When the second they hit like a shovel or a boar spear or a bat, and they're like, here, you can have these. You can do all you want with that. So like the throwing stars, the swords, the hatchets, the tomahawks, the ballies, that's what he got. All the weird stuff that was always in the back of the the Lynn Thompson Special Products catalogs. So no, I haven't. I have not seen it. I didn't know he had one. I didn't know he was designing one. Actually, I don't watch. To tell you guys the truth, in all honesty, there are 2 other knife channels that I watch regularly, and that's Nick Shabazz and Neves Knives. And then if I just feel like doing it, I would I'll watch a Thursday Night Knives every once in a while with Bobby D. It just depends on what the subject is. So like the last one I watched, I think, was Discontinued Knives You Wanted to See Again. Things like that. So yeah, I mean, but it's kind of, I mean, basically blade shape and everything. It's pretty much the same knife. What am I EDCing today? Somebody asked me. I am going to do this. Now I have to tell you guys, I like this knife a lot. It's called the Hidden Angel. I think Hidden Angel or Guardian Angel or some shit. These fucking flies are killing me. But I have to tell you, you're going to see 2 videos that go up relatively quickly. To most people, like if you're a member, you saw the original a while ago. I managed to somehow miss a video that was supposed to get set as a premiere. And it was the initial first impressions of the Civivi Imperium. And I just shot and edited yesterday. Was it yesterday? Or the day? I don't know. I film so many videos and edit so many videos these days, trying to do 5 days a week, that they all just kind of run together. But I just filmed it. So they're going to go pretty close together. But the fact is, the first one was filmed a while ago, and then I carried this for a while and used it and then did the full review. But it's going to look like you guys are going to see the initial first impressions of this today. And then like Tuesday, you're going to see the final review. So it's going to seem like I didn't carry it very long, but I did. There's like a matter of about a week or so between the time I filmed the initial first impressions. It just somehow I thought I got it scheduled and I just didn't. So I just don't want you to think like, oh, you only carried it for like a day. No, it got a good bit of pocket time. This is a fun knife. I just wish it wasn't. These are those things like, I know that a lot of people like them. You see that I hate top flippers. I hate them. I can't get them to do the one. I have to change my hand. I don't want to give up anything I talk about before you. Pocket clip on this moves. Thumb stud deployment. I like the fact that I love the fact they gave me a thumb stud option, but I would much rather see this with an actual flipper tab. If you know what I mean? So, I need to grab my phone. I have to do something. I got to prioritize the connection for this computer. My daughter's computer steals my Wi-Fi when she's using it. She's doing school, unless I prioritize this. She does not need much bandwidth for that. I need a lot for this. So give me a moment. Uh-oh. My coffee is hot. So my coffee pot broke, right? And I took it apart. No, it does. Like if you were going to have, I would rather it didn't have anything. I'd rather it was thumb studs only because I don't like the top flippers from. Now, I know not all knives need flipper tabs, but almost all knives need flipper tabs. I love flipper tab knives. I mean, I did the video. There are some knives that it would detract from and it would change it. I'm trying to prioritize this computer on my smart home devices. So is the hidden available to blind? Well, hang on a second. You know what we can do? We can do this. Let me look this up. So I can do this. And I'm going to share the screen with you. Share screen. We'll do this Chrome tab here. Welcome to Never Unarmed. So this is Lynn Thompson's Never Unarmed. And as you can see, isn't that neat? See what we can do now and see how there's a logo in the background. Like I put some work into this. Knife Hands McGee has put in some work trying to figure out all this stuff. So let's go ahead. The only thing is I have to, I can't see you guys' comments when I do this because I have to go to the actual page. So you guys are seeing it. So Hidden Angel, yeah. Let's see. Arsenal. I think this is where you can see all the stuff. So yeah, so this is, see, if you guys look here, this is the stuff. Like I said, this was just all the stuff that wound up in the back of the special project catalog. So let's see here. 300. It is different. You're right. It is different. This looks more like you know what that looks like to me? That looks like the one that I have that is the slip joints. You know what I'm saying? The one that is like it's the double slip joint. I can't think of the name of it. I have it. I have one. It's the one with the black handles and it snaps shut. It looks like a Bally, but not. Let's go back. I'm going to go back and look. They might have two different versions of this knife. So let's close that. Are there two different versions? You stop that. There are. This one is the one that I like. This is the one that does look more like the original Archangel. That definitely looks more reminiscent to the Archangel than the one you saw first. That one looks more like, I can't think of that. That's that cold steel, not Enigma. I can't think of what it was. That how underwhelming that knife is that I can't remember the name of it. Somebody help me out here. The one that snapped. Oh man. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna close this out. We'll pull it up. I'll find it. That's not what I wanted. I don't see it, guys. I don't know. Maybe one of you guys can tell me. Paradox. There we go. Thank you. The Paradox. Cold Steel Paradox. Now let me pull that up. That's what I want to do. I wanted a Cold Steel Paradox. P-A-R-A-D. I'm trying to do this from a weird angle. Cold Steel Paradox images. Pull up an image. So this is more. So when I'll share both of these. So we'll look at this. This is the share screen. Let's go ahead and go to my arsenal here. So you guys can see that this is what I was thinking. So if you look at that, right? And then you look at that, and then you look at, can I share another one? Let's see. Then you look at this other one, which is the Paradox. So then you can see the Cold Steel Paradox. You'll see, see what I'm saying? Like that blade shape is really similar. So, and then don't get me wrong, that was a good looking knife. It just wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't what I thought it was. It just didn't do it for me. It's a fake Bally. It looked like sad. Let me go ahead and I'm trying to connect this. Here we go. Prioritize this device for 2 hours. That way we shouldn't be losing. Yeah, they're really similar. They're really similar the way they look in blade shape. But hey, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The Cold Steel Paradox cut really well. It was a good blade shape. It was well made. I'm not at all saying it wasn't well made. I'm just saying it's just not anything. I still have that Paradox, by the way. I had a lady in Australia reach out to me, say she wanted it, and then I said, yeah, by all means, I'll sell it to you. And crickets, nothing. So anybody wants that, if anybody wants that Cold Steel Paradox, you're welcome to have it. Now, I have heard people talk about taking the springs out and using them. It's not sanded down. You basically have to take the springs out. I was talking about the blade shape, that leaf style blade shape, as opposed to the drop point or clip point. It is a drop point. The clip point, I like the clip point looking Bally's better than those drop point leaf style blades. But no, what you have to do is you have to basically take the springs out, and then it's a free pivot, but then it doesn't have a latch. So the springs were the only thing that kept it shut. So, I mean, if you wanted, like, I've seen people buy them and then modify them and turn them into actual, like, tabless flippers. And I'm like, why don't you just buy an actual Bally? How much am I sell it for? $100. Cold, hard American dollars. Not Canadian pesos. Selling it for 100. I forget how much. They were expensive, and they're not. It's never been carried. That's the whole thing. It's just like I got it, and I was like, yeah, that's worthless. It's everything. It's all the cool looks of a Bally with none of the actual benefits of it. It's like S30V. All the looks of a super steel with none of the benefits and all the drawbacks. Open to trades? I don't know. Depends on what's up for trade. I mean, I'd be. I mean, I'm not making any money on it. I've tried several times to sell it. I would be open to a trade, Beardo. Open to a trade. Because I mean, it sits in its. I still have the original box. Like it sits in a box. So I mean, I don't know. It's up to you guys. If either of you guys want it. I mean, I'd be willing to trade for something that I might be able to sell later. Because I definitely can't sell the one I got. Man, hang on. It's getting hot. It's hot in this. Later, Snuzz. Yeah, we'll keep those options. Well, why would I trade? I just told you I hate S30V. That's another one of those ones. Like, okay, so I got a Buck S110. I'm like, cool. It's an S30V. Keep it. Hey, I made you some oatmeal raisin cookies. By the way, oatmeal raisin cookies are my favorite cookies. They are my hands down. A soft, chewy, homemade oatmeal raisin cookie, my favorite, hands down. I know that chocolate chip is usually the king, but I love a good oatmeal raisin cookie. So, like, that's like, what's up, Luke Harper? So, like, you telling me you have a Buck S110V or in S30V, I'm like, that's like telling me, like, hey, I made you oatmeal raisin cookies. Cool. I put walnuts in it. Keep them. I don't need tree feces in my oatmeal raisin cookies. They were perfect to begin with. They're oatmeal raisin right there. That's your list. Hey, Luke is a new member. Where's my thing? I got a thing. I got multiple things. We'll just do it this way. I don't want to break this. This is actually a rare item now. This place does not exist anymore. Helms Brewing Company does no longer exist. And I think I have like 4 of those. Luke. Welcome to being a paying member. You get early access to all the videos. Ring the cowbell. I did. I rang the bell. I don't have my. Oh, here it is. I do have it. I don't have a cowbell. I have a thermos that I bang on with a knife. Walnuts. Freaking tree feces. Yeah, you keep that tree poop out of my. I don't like many nuts. I like walnuts by themselves. I don't like walnuts in things. I like almonds by themselves. I don't like almonds in things. I'll tell you what a couple things I do like though. I like cashews if you're doing like Thai cashew. If you're doing like a Thai cashew fish or something like that, that is delicious. And Those are macadamia nuts, and I don't consider those nuts. Those are different. Those are fucking delightful. I love nothing more than a macadamia nut. I like if there was a cookie that could compete with a good soft homemade oatmeal raisin cookie without walnuts, I would say it would be white chocolate macadamia. Those two are like the kings right there. Those ones, like chocolate chip cookie. Here's the thing. I had a grandmother that could cook a chocolate chip cookie that no one can compare to. And I've tried and other people have tried. I'm like, that's an okay cookie. I'm like, what? I was like, yeah, it's okay. What are you talking about? I was like, they're definitely not my grandma's cookies. We have her recipe. Can't get them. Can't get it right. I was going to say that would be the only cookie I would eat that had nuts in it. Like somebody gave me a chocolate chip cookie with walnuts, and I'm like, what part of these ingredients, like chocolate chip, if you don't trick someone, you don't go chocolate chip, oh, by the way, there's walnuts in it. Like if you got a friend that has a tree nut allergy, you just killed them. The only thing I like pistachios in other than eating them is pistachio yogurt, or not pistachio yogurt, pistachio pudding and pistachio ice cream. Pistachio ice cream is actually my favorite ice cream flavor. I may know somebody that has a Velos they are willing to part with. I will get a hold of that individual today. Luke, text or email me a little bit later. Remind me, because I'm not going to run this more than an hour. I'm really tired and I have stuff to do, and I do need to film at least some first impressions on this Boker, and I've got things to sharpen. Obviously, I have sharpening to do. I'm not going to lie to you. Ken. There's a good chance I'm not sharpening those today. My immune system has kicked up. I do believe that that's why I feel like crap, and I've been just run down and tired. My immune system is spiked really high, and I can tell because I think my hands and wrists and everything just hurt and ache. It's almost like having arthritis everywhere all at once. I don't like any of the Ben & Jerry's. I really don't like Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I grew up with just plain country backwoods, like Kroger ice cream. And the king of flavors for me for ice cream, just like your average, like Rite Aid ice cream, is pistachio. You can't beat pistachio ice cream. It is the best. And my wife looks at me every time I get it. She's like, what is wrong with you? Look how many other flavors they have. And I was like, but they have pistachio. I like pistachio. All right, we're putting Beard. Can I put him in timeout? How do I put him in timeout? We're putting Beardo the Weirdo in timeout. Locked him for 5. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm taking you. Can I? Oops. Okay. Beardo, I'm sorry. That was a joke. I apologize. I thought that I could bring it back, and I can't. I'm so sorry. Beardo, I'm sorry if you're watching. I'm sorry. I didn't really mean to block you for 5 minutes. If you're doing it on actual YouTube, you can pull that back. Oh, damn it. Sorry, Beardo. When I do it on actual YouTube, you can turn that back off. You can bring them right back in, but I can't do that from here. Okay, so lesson learned. If I put somebody in timeout, they're actually in timeout. I'm sorry, Beardo. Please don't be angry. Beardo's like, fuck him. I'm getting my money back for my membership, and I'm never dropping a super chat again. Screw that dude. Guys, I was going to tell you, so if you haven't watched the live feed I did last night, there's 14 of you here. If you didn't watch the one we did last night, you can actually still go in and do like the super like thing on that video. Anything I make on that video, I'm donating half of it to the Bastards Road program or Bastards Road project. So if you decide you want to watch that afterwards, I think it's fully rendered now. You'll be able to see the full chat and everything. He already unsub. He's like, fuck that dude. I don't think he would. I didn't mean to actually I didn't think it would actually like do it where I couldn't pull it back. Like anytime I've ever done it before, you can just go back in and like, nah, damn it. I'll stick around till he comes back. But any money I make on that video, I'm splitting it with, I'm going to get it to David Horseman. I'm trying to get it to David Horseman. So I knew that my buddy, a couple guys donated a couple dollars here and there. My buddy Justin donated $50. So half of everything we make on that video, even if it's the any like super likes, or I think they changed the super like or applause. I don't know. I can't keep up with the stuff. Any of that, I'm splitting it down the middle with them. So I told David last night after we got done, his internet dropped out like right before we got to finish the live feed. I texted him. I'm like, it usually takes about 4 or 5 days for YouTube to actually populate what monies were made on that video at the time. And then it usually takes a few weeks after that for me to actually get paid out for it. So, and actually I get paid out once a month. So I just basically wait till I get paid from YouTube, and then I'm going to donate it to them. So, I told him, I was like, we'll get it figured out so that I can make sure that they get that. Or I'll just look at it and I'll just give them the money. And then when I get paid, when I get paid from YouTube, I'll just, just keep whatever I get paid. So just God, my eyes itch this morning. That's that dude with the big excursion. He's got it. That thing runs rich. That's my eyes burn. It's his exhaust. That thing always is running rich. He needs to get his he needs to get his ECU looked at. He's running rich. That's what's burning my eyes. No joke. I just now figured it out because I heard the car and I just realized I could really, really smell the exhaust real strong. And it's his exhaust that was blowing in here. It was burning my eyes. So what's called? Oh, the Bastards Road Project. As a matter of fact, if you want, Bastards Road Project, I will show you guys right here. I'm going to share this so you guys can see it. It's a really good thing. I looked into it. I read it before. Bastard Road, ROAD. Bastards Road Project. See? ROAD, as in like the road you walk on. How about Rocky Road ice cream? It's okay, but like I said, if I was given a choice, I'd still take. I definitely would say. I hope Beardo is. I'm afraid to grab my phone and look at my emails. It's like, you dirty mother. I'm like, oopsie poopsie. I hate mint chocolate chip anything. Mint and chocolate. Except those little Andes mints they give you at a restaurant. That's about the only thing. Like I don't. But yeah, this is Bastards Road program. So what it was this is a good friend of David's, and he went on this trek where he walked basically from, I think he said Maryland to California, like completely across the country. And now they have their mission, and you can see here their mission statement: Bastards Road Project BRP is a newly formed nonprofit dedicated to taking veterans on long distance hikes to heal the wounds of war, or as we like to call it, walk long distances, figure some shit out. So it's a good, it gets you in a group of people where you're comfortable. And you can then at the end of it, after you go for a walk, and so the way I explain it is that you pick a memory that really, really, really troubles you about it. Hey, Beardo, I'm refund riot. I didn't honestly mean to block you, like for real. I was like, because I've done it before. I'll put somebody in timeout, and then I'll just bring them right back. You can't do that here. You put them in timeout, they're out for 5 minutes. I'm like, oopsie poopsie. So, but yeah, I mean, it just, so basically what they explained is they said you pick something that's really troubling, and you focus on that thought while you're out hiking, and then at the end of the day, you sit and you discuss it. So I mean, I actually see here's the thing. A lot of guys that have PTSD, they don't want to acknowledge it. They don't want to talk to anyone about it. They feel like it's gonna make them weaker. When I realized I was having problems after because a lot of times you don't, realize you have PTSD issues until after you're out, and then you're integrating and you're joining you're rejoining the civilian world, and you're ill-equipped for it, and you don't realize you have these issues until after, and it doesn't really surface, and it really doesn't, because you're still in the trauma, you're still in that same environment. And so post trauma is what you experience after. So you really don't realize it while you're still active duty until you get out, and then these things start surfacing. It was I used to do these in my kitchen. And so like, you don't realize it, and then it just makes them feel weak, and people don't understand. And a lot of times your family they're like, well, you're just being stupid. You're just being weird. Knock it off. Just get over it. Like, why can't you just get over it? I lost my job and I got over it. And they don't realize that there's a lot that goes with it. And it alienates them, and it just makes it worse. And so when I realized I was having problems, I talked to my doc, and I was like, I need somebody to talk to. And he's like, well, we'll get you set up. And they set me up with a psychologist that I see. I don't actually take any medicine. I was adamant I didn't really want to take any. Fiend, I stream. I don't have a set schedule. Yes, Luke, thank you for your service as well. It's, and so I was like, I can't. And I still have problems. Like, I have explosive rage disorder. I blow up and I get mad. And like my daughter, I still feel so bad. The other day, my daughter, and there's no reason for me to have been mad, but I was so mad. And I wasn't mad at her, but she caught the brunt of it. I was mad at the situation. So my wife had made an entire thing of sweetened iced coffee, because she makes coffee jelly and then puts iced coffee on it with creamer, and she drinks the iced coffee and eats the coffee jelly. And I was like, so my daughter was moving something, watermelon shifted. She tried to pick this whole thing of sweetened iced coffee up by the cap. The cap slipped. It fell. The bottle busted. Plastic bottle busted. There's sugared coffee everywhere. And I was so mad at the situation. But like, my daughter couldn't. I couldn't explain to her I wasn't mad at her. And so then she's like, but I was like, and this is something you'll see from military guys. When I'm mad and I start executing on something and I tell you to move, you need to just get the fuck out of the way and shut up. Don't keep talking. It's only going to make it worse. It's like throwing gasoline on a fire and then fanning it with a piece of paper. A lot of times, if you get somebody that is prior military and they have that flash explosive, if you just stop, that's how long it takes. Like, all right, let's clean this up. That's it. But if you push and you talk and if you even engage, it's like poking a bear. It's just going to get worse. And I have no real way to explain. Like, my wife was like, you do that all the time. You just get mad. I was like, I don't know how to explain this to you, that what goes on inside me when there's an emotional response. Because like David said last night, your emotions are so squashed down. The only acceptable emotions that you get to have in the military is anger and excitement. Like all those other ones, fear, love, all those other ones, they want you gotta bottle those up. You gotta hold those. And so the only acceptable response is anger. And so she didn't understand that my whole thing is, I thought it was a glass bottle. I've got to get this cleaned up before it runs all the way under the refrigerator. I've got to get it cleaned up before it runs under the dishwasher. I've got to get it cleaned up before we start getting bugs. I got to get it cleaned up before it gets under stuff. I want to get the glass cleaned up. I want to make sure she's not hurt. I can't express any of those. The only acceptable response, because I was in the military, the only acceptable response is instant and instantaneous anger, because that's for 18 years. That was the only acceptable response. One of your troops fuck up, you're in their ass like that. That's it. So it's just there's no way to explain to somebody that wasn't in the military or somebody that wasn't in these situations. There's no way to explain that to them. They just know that I'm mad. You always do this. I was like, and that just makes me more mad. And I was like, if I could just find a way to express to them, like, when I get mad like that, just shut the fuck up. Just that's it. That's over. But it's like fireworks going off in my head. Now I'm firing on all cylinders. I'm like, if you just would just shut your mouth and walk away and allow me to deal with the situation that you've now created. So much easier. But, yeah, so hang on a second. I'm going to pull this up, go back to their homepage. I'm going to drop this again into, guys, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm actually copying something. Goddamn flies. And paste. There is that's the actual project. They have a donate tab if you want to donate. If you guys have a company that you want to support through your company, they actually are looking for supporters. Their plan is to try and get to a point. I know I said I was going to do this for an hour and I'm past, but I really want to talk about this. If you want to try and get your company to sponsor this program, their plan is, what they want to do is take these veterans and the gear that they give them for these hikes. Right now, they have to take it back. Like, they loan them the gear. It's on loan. But the plan is to get to a point where it's self-sufficient and they have enough money in the coffers that when these guys go, they size them for boots, they get them a pack, they get them a jacket, they get them the stuff they need, and they give it to them, and it's theirs to keep. And that way you don't feel like, oh, well, yeah, you took me for a walk, but now I gotta get back all the cool stuff that you just gave me. And I think it's a cool thing. I think it's a cool thing to just be able to do that. And David's a great guy. David has a lot of PTSD issues from stuff he's been through. I do. I know a lot of other guys that do, and I think it's a good thing. And then if you guys saw me, I'll set it up here. I did this yesterday. Where's my banners? There you go. That's what I had running across the bottom yesterday. I'm really taking this live feed thing serious. I don't know if you guys have noticed, with the exception of your host, Knife Hands McGee. That's still going to be a fun thing. But, something as simple as what's running across the bottom right there. And then also, don't forget to ask me about summer sale sharpening prices. I got to get back to the comments because I can't see what you guys are saying. So, yeah, I mean, and here's the thing, like David's a great guy. The guy that came in at the end, Justin, some of the most selfless people I've ever seen. Like, they run businesses. Yeah, I get it. They run businesses. But the fact is, they run businesses, but their main goal is to run a business, but to be able to give back. And so David is one of the co-founders of the Bastard Road program, things like that. How much to turn a butter knife into a razor? $25 right now, plus reprofiling. Actually, I've done it. Luke, I don't know if you remember, if you go back, there is a video of me shaving with a butter knife. Here's the thing, Monster, I appreciate it. But the fact is, like, I have a wife and a kid that listen, and I have a psychologist that is on, basically he's on call and he'll listen. And if I've got any problems, I'm like, look, I need to talk to you. Like when I have a really bad day, and everybody has bad days. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I haven't woke up in the morning and go, you know what? I'm worth more dead. I wonder if I can figure out a way. But the flip side of it is I grew up really religious, and there's no way I can come. There's days where I wake up and I'm like, why can't I just die? Like, why couldn't I just have like a car accident or something? Like, because then the family would be better off. I wouldn't hurt all the time. I wouldn't have to deal with all this emotional maelstrom that goes on in my head. Like, and you don't see it coming. Some days, like, everything's fine. And then you wake up, you're like, today's going to fucking suck, because it's just all there and it's just all bouncing around. And so how do I like Medford knives? They're okay. But the fact is, like, I'm religious enough that there's no way I could ever off myself. So there's days that I wake up and people are like, oh, are you afraid of dying? And I was like, I've never been afraid of dying. And the older I get, the less I'm afraid of it. Because if you guys knew the pain that goes with an autoimmune disorder, I know that if Nick Martino was here, he could tell you the pain that goes with the joint issues of having an autoimmune disorder, just the physical pain, the medicines you have to take, how sick everything makes you. there's days that I'm like, people are like, you afraid of dying? I was like, I'm pretty sure if I died, my knees and back wouldn't hurt. I mean, but I was never afraid of dying until I got married and had a kid. And it's not the death, and it's not like the what happens after. I'm pretty confident, being religious, that I know what's going to happen after. There's a good chance we're all going to be on a bus going to hell, and I'll be punching tickets because I'm driving it. But I mean, I already have a pretty good idea of what I believe is going to happen and what the afterlife is about. But the fact is, what bothers me now, what really bothers me now is, like, now I have the wife and I have the kid, and if something happens to me now, what happens to them? That's the concern. It's never been for me, it's never been a fear of death, ever. Would I fight to survive? Yes. But the fact is, I'm not afraid of it. The anxiety I have when I think about death now has nothing to do with anything to do with me. It's, well, you know, it's my live feed. Things like that happen, and we talk about serious things usually at the end. But the thought of what happens with the wife and kid. Have I set everything up? Are they going to be able to collect my insurance? Are they going to be able to do any of these things? Is this stuff all set up? Do I need to revisit the will? Who's going to take care of Isabel? What if something happens to me and the wife? Who's going to take care of Isabel? And I think I've got that figured out. But yeah, that's just the things. It's just those things. I'm trying to figure out why I can't do what I want to do. I want to split screen this. I think I have to have something. Yeah, like I said, guys, Beardo, if anybody wants to trade, I have the plastic handled version of this, the Grivery handle. Oh, you don't see what I didn't share that. I'm sorry. Anyway, I have the Grivery handled Paradox. So, well, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I have videos to shoot, edit, sharpening to maybe do, but my wrists, and that's how I know that I'm like the funk that I'm in and how I feel, and like everything hurts. And I had yesterday I had the bubbly McBubble guts. It's my immune system is spiked, but I just took my shot Saturday, so it should even out and I should start feeling better. I take a shot once every 2 weeks. So usually towards the end of it, I start feeling like this, but I think this is just even worse because allergies actually, because I'm having it's the weather and I've got allergies, it will kick up my immune system response. So it makes it harder for the medicine to keep on top of it. So, solid substance this morning. Well, I mean, I like to, like I tell you guys, like I told my, no, not prednisone. I take an immunosuppressor. I don't take an actual steroid. It's kind of like that. I do take prednisone from time to time. And I imagine if I went to the doctor now, he'd be like, well, you got to put you on a run of prednisone to get it back down under. But so, guys, you know what I'm going to say. If you like videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. All those things I also say. If you guys do want to get in, any of you guys that want to get in on the giveaway for the members baseline and premium tier this time are in the running for this CJRB crate. This is a really nice knife. I almost feel bad giving it to you guys because I like it so much, but the fact is I never carry it. I never carry it. I haven't even sharpened it, but I will tell you, this is a very, very nice knife. I really like this knife a lot. And it's so similar to that Mastiff that I just can't. And if you're not a member, if you don't want to be a member, you also are eligible. If you go find the video I did for the August giveaway, a member, or not a member, just a comment in a video, whether you're a subscriber or not. If you're not a subscriber, I want you to be. If you're not a member, I'd like you to be. But if you just want to go in and just drop a comment, that's not going to block you from being entered into the giveaway. I actually tried to give this away last month. So now all I have to do is I'm still waiting on Eric and Medina to get a hold of me because the stuff I was giving away to the premium tier and the general, I haven't heard from those people yet. Yeah, I saw it. I mean, I honestly, I could probably, Beardo, since you're here, I could probably do that gradient from blue to purple. But to tell you the truth, on that knife and the fact that the parts are going to be so hidden, I don't think you'd really see it that well. And I think it would almost look like a mistake. If you do one solid color, I think it would actually look better. I can do the gradient. As long as we're doing like 2-color gradient, not a problem going from purple to blue. That's just, so if you want to try it, I honestly don't think you're going to be like, this is my big one. I like to advise customers. I don't think you're going to be happy with what you think you want, when I think that what you want is going to be something where we maybe pick blue and then do the hardware bronze, or we do the liners bronze and the hardware blue, or that other combination of colors. There's colors that work real well. So just have to see. But yeah, I'll get in touch with you about it. Need the price? I'll send you the price. But I mean, I've got to figure out whether I'm even going up there. Elliot hasn't answered me back. I was thinking about going this weekend if he's available. If not, then I'm just going to hang out here with the wife and kid. I do have to shoot some videos. Purple with bronze hardware. I could do that too. I could do royal blue just on the outside of purple and gold, like the high voltage bronze. All right, guys, it's been an hour and 16 minutes. I said I was going to do this for an hour. I love you guys. Don't forget, affiliate links are down below for shirts and things. Those do support the channel. Sharing the channel supports it. If you guys can see, I've got paying members. I have 31 paying members. Can you believe that? 31 people that are paying for content. So I would like all of you that enjoy the content to thank the paying members for what you're seeing right now, because all of this stuff, all the stuff you're seeing, those people paid for this for everyone to enjoy. So paying members paid for this this software that I'm using. So you guys take it easy. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. Don't forget, video goes up at 4 p.m. today. I think it's a first impressions. There's several first impressions videos you guys can see in the next few days. So take it easy. I'll see you guys later. I'm going to go watch some YouTube videos and sharpen some knives. Any last questions or comments before I go? Because there are still 18 people here. If you want to throw one in. That's next Saturday. What's next Saturday? Like I said, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to try and do like interview style guests and things like that. So, oh, birthday. Well, happy early birthday. So, yep, I'm gonna put up a community post saying Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7:30 p.m. is when we're going to kick off. We may kick off a little late if Jared's running late. I may, just trying to stay. So I don't want people to have to make a decision whether they want to come and see the beginning of mine or the end of Jared's. So we'll see. We'll work that out. Doing it on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because on Thursday night knives. So Volk just did what? Drink Jameson's? All right, guys. Now I'm out. I'll talk to you later. I'm ending the broadcast. Oh, always I forget there's the end broadcast. And then you click on it, and then it comes down and it's like end broadcast, not yet, or end broadcast. I wouldn't have clicked end broadcast if I didn't want to end the broadcast.